Oh, what's going on, guys? You know, it's a funny thing, this thing we call life, right? 1 minute, you're a famous rock star. Next minute, you're no longer with us. That's fucking real, man. That's real. In case you haven't heard, lead singer of Linkin Park passed away. And I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to talk about a few things, because a lot of you guys feeling that nihilism inside of you. And, you know, music from that era is very fundamental for a lot of young males, you know what I mean? And I get it, because I grew up in the grunge era, you know what I mean? And there's a certain type of nihilism that appeals to young men. When it's fully peaked, if you will, inside of you, it can leave you feeling very empty inside. And honestly, I think that's why Kurt did that to himself. And I think this is why Chester Bennington did that to himself. You know, eventually you hit a point where you have no hope for anything. And that's whack. It's really whack. You know, I've seen people in late stages of life get their shit together. Like I said before, the game never ends. Remember, the game never ends. And, you know, it's just unfortunate when you see somebody who has so much opportunity and such a chance to really make a difference, and they choose the easy way out, you know? And I don't say that lightly. You know what I mean? It's not an easy decision, but compared to living, it's the easy way. And that's one thing I want to get with you guys on, is I want you guys to always remember that you are in control of your life. You are in control of your destiny. And I do not want you guys to lose hope. Because once you lose hope, that last shred of who you are disintegrates into darkness. And then you know, you may take drastic measures like they did, and it breaks my heart. I've seen a lot of young people pass away, and it's fucking unnecessary. It's part of my language, I'm sorry. And the reason why I'm talking about this is so many of you are hitting me up about it, and you guys are young, you know, most of you guys are, you know, 18 to 25 years old. You know, you got a whole life ahead of you to figure shit out, you know what I'm saying? And I'd hate for you guys to fall in that path as well. Someone's got to tell you this shit. I mean, you wouldn't believe the trials and tribulations that I've had. But you know what the thing is I always live life by my own terms. And that's what I want you guys to do too, is live life on your own terms. Don't let external things drive you into darkness. Don't. Let me tell you a little story. Well, I'm gonna read you a story. You guys know about MyPillow.com? I'm sure you guys have seen the commercials. You know, people say they're cord cutters. People are still watching TV. And you guys know about the MyPillow guy, right? Very positive, charismatic, sells his pillows like a motherfucker. But he's got a dark past. We all have dark pasts. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you a little bit about him. Sweet dreams, nightmare pass. My pillow inventor confesses, I was a crackhead. This guy was a crackhead. I mean, come on. If he can come from being a crackhead to being where he is now, imagine where you guys would be in 10 years. If he just took that little speck of inspiration, that little speck of what's inside of you that drives you to keep living, and you can push it, you force that meme through, you will be what you want to be. So don't lose hope. But let's tell you a little bit about My Pillow guy, right? So Mike Lindell became a worldwide sensation when he began selling My Pillows. You guys all know about that. But little did you know, when he was 55 years old, he was a crack addict. He owned his own business, but he was a crack addict, going all the way back to the 80s. People can live a long time and do these things, but it really puts you in a dark place. Don't recommend it. But he switched over to crack in the 90s, very efficient, I get it, and continued into his early days of the company in 2004. He was making My Pillow on crack. Crazy shit. So anyways, the guy was divorced. 2008, he's divorced. He's trying to start his company. He's trying to get his life back together, you know, but he's still doing drugs. got arrested because he was accused of punching and kicking a woman, and not a good look, guy. Not a good look. But the charge was dropped. Although it was hard to prove the case, an order of protection was thus put on him. And this is one of those things, you know, because I don't know the actual story. She might have attacked him first, so I'm not going to pass judgment on Mike. But I'm not going to deny the fact that he put himself in that position. And everybody, you all have control of your life. No, none of this external stuff. You have control of your life. He put himself in that position. So whether he was guilty or not, he got himself there. But check this out. Lindell was arrested in September 2008 in Las Vegas on an outstanding warrant from passing a bad check to a casino. That's so American. I love it. The case was dismissed after he agreed to pay a $1,230 restitution fee. Later that year, he hit an all-time low when his drug dealer staged an intervention for him. His own drug dealers thought he had a problem, so they did an intervention on him. And this is in quotations, by the way. They were the 3 biggest dealers in Minneapolis, he said. They said I'd been awake for 19 straight days. This is a businessman awake for 19 straight days. They refused to sell to me again. In fact, one of them tried to babysit him until he finally fell asleep. Some drug dealers, right? That's the thing about Midwest people, is they're super polite. Even if they're a criminal, they're still looking out for the little man. Gotta love the Midwestern people, man. People think America is one country. It's 50 little countries together making one country. You feel me? But I digress. Let's get back to Mike. So he decided to become sober in 2009, and he asked God to take away his thing. And I'm not going to get into the whole religion thing. That's his choice. You can do God, Buddha, whatever you want to do. It's not my decision, it's your decision. You can be atheist, I don't care. But you need to find something to give yourself hope. If you have no hope, then you're going to have to find something, okay? A lot of guys have no hope, so please, be it graffiti, God, skateboarding, a desire to better yourself would be good. Bottom line is this, I don't want to see you guys killing yourself anymore, okay? I'm tired of seeing young people die at a young age. I'm tired of seeing old people die at a young age. I'm tired of people dying prematurely. That's for sure. Because for me, I'm gonna live forever, baby. I will never die. Why don't you want to live? There's so much graffiti to do, so much life to have. But anyways, so eventually he was able to work past that because he found hope again. And he was able to get his life back together and create a multi-million-dollar company. And now he's a charismatic speaker online. He's become a meme on his own. That is inspiring, guys. I know it's just pillows, but this goes beyond pillows. This goes to humanity in general, in your life, and having control over it. And it just drives me nuts to see people take their lives so quickly. And I don't know anything about Chester Bennington's life, but I can only imagine from their music that he probably was very nihilistic even as an older age, you know? And I remember when the new metal phase came into play, I was like, oh, this is like grunge 2.0, but more poppy, right? But it was also very, you know, it was in the same way where it was very nihilistic. And young men in particular, young men are attracted to that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because something about young men's brains when they're in that age period, they can see the bigger picture, you know, they can see it on a macro level that the world is fucked up, you know, and instead of, you know, working to change that, they often turn into themselves and you know, they have a hard time dealing with society. I know, I was there, guys, I was there too, you know, and that's why I think a lot of young men turn deeply into their passions, you know, like whether it be graffiti or gaming or skateboarding or whatever it is, you know, you gotta have that outlet, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't, life gets very dark, and don't let life get dark, homie. You don't want that to happen. So I just want to say, R.I.P. Chester. I hope you have a better life on the next plane, homie. But to all you young homies out there, please, don't give up hope. And if you start giving up hope, please find an outlet, because that's really what's going to change you, man. You gotta have an outlet, a creative outlet, a physical outlet, a monetary outlet. You gotta have some kind of outlet, man. And, but yeah, that's my rant for today. R.I.P. Chester, R.I.P. Kurt, R.I.P. Anna, all the homies out there. But this was a marker review. What am I doing? I'm so dark. I just care about you guys so much. So let's go ahead and get on with the marker review. We're going to be reviewing the Krink markers, the new ones, K75 apparently. So let's go ahead and get cracking with that, and I'll see you guys in just a quick second. Alright, you guys ready to do this? We got a nice array of Krink K75s. In case you haven't noticed, Krink came out with some new markers. They're pigmented. That means you gotta make sure you shake them. So what they are the new Krink K75 markers, not to be confused with the K71, but same form, same function, but instead of the dye type flowy stuff, this is a paint marker. Very painty, like the Uni. So this should be interesting to see how it works out. One thing to note is these markers, bye-bye. The K71 Silver was a paint marker and has now been rebranded as a K75. K75 Silver. So your old K71 Silver, if you're looking for that marker, make sure you shop for the K75 Silver now. Oh, and another one bites the dust. It's a little windy out here today. But let's go ahead and do a quick little lineup of the colors. And they, you know, like all Krink stuff, they come in all the basic primary colors. You got your reds, your blues, your yellows, no green, strangely enough, no purple. But we got white, we got silver, and we have black. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do a comparison test, because Krink has never really done the paint pen before. And Uni has kind of been the old stalwart in the world, if you will. I did a little testing on Instagram. And I still found the Uni yellow, at least the yellow. I've only tested the yellow. The Uni yellow I thought was still a better pen, although the Krink did have better color. So if you're a fine artist working on paper and on canvas, it might be a better choice. But in the streets, we gotta think about the streets always. Sometimes I think these people forget about the streets. I never forget about the streets. So let's get some close-ups, right? All right, so here's the K75 right here, and like the Uni, it does have that round chiseling nib, although it is a little bit different. If memory serves me right, I think they're either shorter or longer than the Uni version. Someone correct me on that one. Sorry, I just started to prep this, but it's not ready yet. But anyway, so it's a round chisel nib. I believe it's about 8 millimeters. My memory serves me right, 8 to 10. And you know, obviously when you get these, most people kind of shred the nib up a little bit. But if you want to get a nice smooth tag, you can do that as well with a nice chiseling nib. That's very much a style choice. Let's go ahead and get it pumped here. Get these guys prepped. The black is flowing nicely, I got to give you that. Wasn't too happy with the yellow, but the black seems pretty good. So maybe we'll get some love with the black. All right, sick. One thing I do like about the Krink over the Uni is you can actually put the cap on the end of the marker. I know that seems kind of silly, but it's a big deal to me, because then you got to take the cap off the Uni. You know, it's just a pain in the butt. Nevertheless, Uni has been around for a long time, so it's gonna be very interesting to see how this fares to that marker. Now these, as far as I can tell, I think they're alcohol-based paint. Someone correct me out there if I'm wrong, but I'm gathering this is alcohol-based. The Uni is a oil-based paint, so there is a difference in ruggedness in there. Oil-based is definitely going to be much more durable, but it's just alcohol. It doesn't smell so bad, so that's nice too. So for a fine artist, this might be a great tool. Nevertheless, on the streets, this is what we're testing for, baby. We want to know. And I got the perfect surface, at least for my first surface. This is a buffed out wall, kind of simulating a doorway in an alley or something like that. And let's go ahead and get a few tags in here. The left-hand side, I'm gonna do Krink, and on the right-hand side, I'm gonna do Uni. So first, let's hit up my boy Moss. That's my dude Moss, and he reps a crew called ABK. What's up, Moss? How you doing? All right, sick. Let's hit up my girl Cam Girl. I guess she really likes photography. All right, sick. Oh, someone asked me to write Venus. I'm not sure what it means. Let's just put a little happy face next to it. How could I forget my homie Blobs? And he reps a crew called SNM. What's up, Blobs? Oh wait, hold on a second. My dude Cheese with 4 E's. Big Cheese. Oh, Cheese PIC. This is one of my YouTube people. What's up, Big Cheese? Ooh, why don't I hit up another 7? You guys know I love hitting up those 7s. I had a guy on Instagram. He was like, yo, thanks for hitting up my name, bro. And it wasn't his name, it was actually just a word that I was writing. I just like the lettering, really. It's a big world out there, guys. Even Inky knows that. Oh no, we're stuck together. All right, let's hit up my homie Moons. That's a cool name. I wonder if he likes to moon people. Put a little moon face on there, whatever. Just a little moon guy. There we go. It's a nice little, that'd make for a great streaker tag, wouldn't it? All right, sick. Let's, oh, my dude Tesk. What's up, Tesk? Big Tesk in the house. Nice. Let's see, who else? Oh, how could I forget my homie Alone One? Today is Alone One's birthday. I just want to say happy birthday to Alone One. May he live a long and fruitful life, my brother. All right, sick. Let's hit up my homie Seor. What's up, Seor? What's cracking? Do I got any room left? My boy Snow. 12 inches of snow, baby. But this is Snow 24. Not the rapper. All right, this is what we're looking at so far with the Krink K75. You know, to be honest with you, I find it to be a little on the streaky side, guys. Just a little bit streaky. Especially compared to the Uni, which we're about to use next. Although I might be wrong. We'll see. Maybe this is better than the Uni. All right, I think we need to do a side-by-side comparison, right? Here's a Uni. Very, very similar, a little bit shorter, but these are oil-based markers. They've been around for years. You guys know exactly what these are. They are street-proven markers. So we're gonna do a little side by side and see how it stacks up against the Krink marker. All right, let's hit up moss again. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. I love doing these eyes. Oh, I wrote Cam Gill. You're gonna have to deal with that. Sorry, Cam girl. All right, as you can see, let's get a little closer here. See if we can get a little closer here. You can see the difference. Do you guys see the difference? It's very subtle, but the Krink, and I think this is due to the alcohol base. And again, I'm not positive, but I just don't think the alcohol base is as smooth as the oil base. What do you guys think? All right, let's hit up moons again. Yeah, I really feel like this one does flow a lot better. That's my opinion. Let's hit up Alone and Sior. Now I know you guys are probably wondering why I'm putting so much uni in here. It's just, it needs to be done. You know, if you come out with something to compete with this, you need to be in the same ballpark. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I was out of frame on the last one. UniBroad. A little bit better. The uni still edges it out. Still think the uni edges it out. Definitely helps to break in the nib though. Definitely helps to break in the nib. Still got to give it up to the uni though. Especially for the price difference. Alright, let's try out the yellows. First with the Krink. Nice. Let's try out the uni now. Very interesting. Surprisingly, the yellow does a lot better than I expected, because yesterday we did some testing with it on some rail cars and a few other surfaces, and the Krink yellow was getting really streaky, but on this nice smooth surface it does pretty well. That said, the uni is still edging it out. It's just that much smoother, that much cleaner. Let's get closer here. The Krink just seems a little bit more transparent to it. That doesn't mean you can't get up with it, but if I had the choice, I think I'd still stick with the uni for the yellow. All right, let's try them on a grilled surface. Let's try this on a grilled surface. Very interesting. Now these are yellows, so let's be fair. So neither one of them do particularly well over a grilled surface. That said, the uni is that much better. All right, let's try it on a painted grilled surface. All right, let's try out the uni now. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Still think the uni looks better, guys. Just edges it out just slightly. You guys see that? What do you guys think? There's a close-up of the uni right there. And there is the Krink. There's the uni again. Woo. There's the Krink. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? We got to see a side-by-side comparison between the Krink and the uni. And, you know, this is a test for graffiti street writers, mind you, not for fine artists. And if I was on the street, I'd probably still be picking up the uni. It's just that much smoother, and you feel it when you write with it. You know what I'm saying? You know when you have a pen in your hand and it feels just right and it's perfect? That's kind of how these feel. These are a little bit chalky. You know, they're probably fine on canvas. They're probably fine for most fine art applications. And again, I only use the black and the yellow, but the black's the bellwether, isn't it? And just not feeling it on the streets. I wouldn't be feeling this on the streets. That said, people love these markers. It's my opinion. You can throw my opinion in the garbage if you want, but if I were to be out tagging or going out tagging, this is what I'd be taking. For fine art, things like this might be a great choice for you. Would I pay the extra money for it? Probably not. It's all branding, really. It's really what it is. Now, also a little bit of hubris as well, too. Just get back to making that beautiful silver ink that everyone loves, Krink. Then you will be redeemed. Then you will be redeemed. Because this isn't cutting it.